I am gonna do the alphabet soup tag created by Shawn The Book Maniac, and I was tagged by Erica at The Broken Spine. A good book by an author whose first name or last name starts with the letter A. First names are too easy, so bonus points for a surname. Double points for first and last name. Do I get double points for Adam Silvera and Tony Adeyemi? I would like to hope so. I'm not gonna keep track of any points, but you know, yeah, Adam Silvera, first name A, and first name A of an author, and Tomi Adeyemi, surname of a author. Number two, A is for, well, A, the last book you read with the article / one letter word A in the title. I would say Animosity, although I'm not finished reading this. I read half of this already, about half of it. So, Animosity. Also, The Alchemist. The title starts with A, starts with A. Woo, bitch! Let's get that book right now! Number three, A is for Angry. A book that pissed you off. This pissed me off. I was just thinking about this book today, and I was thinking about one of the characters, Deidre, and it had me wondering if her representation might have been a little bit not the best, but I don't know. You know, but this book pissed me off. I didn't like it. I felt like it was too long for what happened in here. It was too slow. I didn't like the protagonist. I felt like she was annoying. She just kept harping on things about herself, and I was like, girl, you really don't need, like, and I get it, she's also 17 and she's gone through the trauma of like not having her mother, but at the same time it's just like but she also kind of feels like she's grown enough to date like somebody older than her. So I'm like, if you feel you so grown to date somebody older, then you should feel grown enough to deal with your emotions a little bit better. But you're seven. Like, I don't like this book. It got on my nerves too much, and it didn't get on my nerves in a good way. Because there are good ways to get on my nerves, like in ways that just kind of evoke emotion, get me a little upset. But I was like, this was a good read. This was not a good read. I think I would have enjoyed reading this more if they'd cut it down. I didn't like the protagonist. But you know, I didn't like the love interest. I felt like she was so bland and like, why are you existing? And you're also feeling a little predatory because you're just older and you know you're dating a fucking high schooler, but you don't. Like, I hate it. I don't like this book. I hate it. It pissed me off. And it was disappointing because it wasn't giving me like the Paris is Burning vibes that I wanted. Number four, A is for Awesome. A top read of recent years. I've had a lot of top reads in recent years, especially this year. Some of my top reads are like The Hate You Give, The Poet X, The Will to Change, Man, Masculinity, and Love by Bell Hooks. That was a really good read for me. There were a lot of other ones like the graphic novel The New World by Alice Cott, and my consummate favorite, The Coldest Winter Ever. Like, top read, consistent top read. I may have my problems with certain things, but I love this book. I think it's really well written. I think it is a great story, a great coming of age novel, and a great journey. Like, this is a classic. This is a bona fide American classic. I will definitely have to say The Kite Runner is another top, like, just is a top read for me. I love the writing in this book. It is so well written. I just like, it's so well written. The writing is so crisp, like, beautiful. Like, I think it's so beautifully written. I'm so endeared to characters. I hate characters that are in here. It's very engaging. It's a very engaging book. It is a very, like, I understand why it is a movie because I can, like, reading it, I see it as a movie. And I'm looking forward to actually seeing the movie of this. This is such a good book. Number five, A is for Aaah. A book whose title includes at least 3 A's. Bonus for more than 3 A's. Although I haven't read it yet, I am counting A Darker Shade of Magic. 1 A, 2, 3, 4 A's. A Darker Shade of Magic. 4 A's. I got my bonus. What's up? Number 6. A is for annoying. A character that drove you up the wall. I would say a character that drove me up the wall in this book was Amir, because he got me really upset in this book. As much as I love it, I hated his character because he was just, I hated his character. He drove me up the wall, but I think no one drove me up the wall as much as Nima in Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens. Like, she annoyed me so much. So much. So blood clot much, man. Blood clot much she got on my nerves. I'm telling you. Yo. I almost want to throw the book at her. Like, just throw the book that she's in at her. Because she's so... She's... I didn't like her. I hated her. I didn't like her at all. Not at all. Number 7. A is for ambivalent. A book you're still not sure how you feel about. I would have to say for Shadow and Bone and for Cinder, I didn't hate them. I wasn't necessarily bored by them, but I also wasn't wowed by them. They were kind of alright. You know, they were cool. They were middle ground. They were like, they are interesting enough to read and to get me into reading the next book in the series, but they aren't much to like be like raving about exactly. But they were good books. They were, I didn't hate them, but I didn't love them enough to be like, ooh, I'm raving. Like they were a decent movie that you could find on Netflix that's like, it's entertaining enough, action packed enough, but it's nothing that you'd be too quick to like run back and watch again, because it's like, it's there, it's interesting. I'd watch the next movie in the series, but I'm not exactly like going to like run out and rewatch this movie consistently. It was Number 8. A is for anticipation. A book, new release or not, that you're very much looking forward to reading. Okay, so this covers both a new release or not. I am looking forward to reading this because I have not read this yet. Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Adeyemi. But also, I am anticipating the release of Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I am anticipating reading this, but I'm also anticipating reading Children of Virtue and Vengeance right after, which is, it's nuts. That's nuts. That's NUTZ, because, like, you still ain't even read this one yet, but you anticipating the book that comes after that? I see you wilding out here, but it's whatever. And I'm like, it's whatever. I'm doing me. Like, I'm excited because I've heard so many good things about this, and it's giving good vibes. It's giving vibes that I will love this and I will enjoy this and I will cherish and treasure this book and the book that comes after it and the entire series once it's complete, and most likely anything else that Tomi Adeyemi writes, because I believe in her. I believe she's greatness, just like her brother Toby Lou is, because I think they are a power team of creatives in our world right now. Like, I think they're amazing. Shout out to Tomi Adeyemi and Toby Lou. Like, Wonder siblings. I think they're Wonder siblings. You know, I think they're amazing. And Toby Lou's kind of cute too. He's not kind of cute. He's not even kind of cute. He is cute. Like, Toby Lou is cute. What are we talking about? He's hot, okay? With those shiny pants. I love it. Either way, number 9, A is for Actually. A book you didn't expect to like, but did. I would have to say The Kite Runner is a book that I didn't expect I'd like. I thought like, oh, you know, it's this big bestseller that got a movie that was, I believe, Oscar nominated. I'm not sure if it won the Oscar, but I'm pretty sure it was Oscar nominated. It's a book I didn't expect to like. I thought it was going to be like, ooh, it's going to be like so serious and would get kind of boring. And it's like an interesting story, but just not interesting for me. And it interested me more than I expected it to. I appreciate this book, and I love it. And I love Khalid Hosseini's writing. He is so good. This is like, I'm sorry, like he's a masterclass for me, because that's the kind of writing I want to be able to write. I want to write as clear and concise as possible, but still convey so much meaning and so much depth and so much vividness. Like, I want to be able to do that. I wanted to keep it as simple as possible, but still have so much depth and meaning in the words that I'm using. That's what I think that Khalid Hosseini did with The Kite Runner. Like, it's such a great book, and I appreciate his writing. I appreciate him. Like, oh, he's so good. I can't wait to read other books that he's written. Shout out to Khalid Hosseini. I think this is who I might actually be a fan of, besides Tony Adeyemi. Great writers. 10. A is for affected. A character, book, or writer you feel is pretentious. I don't know. I don't know any books or characters or writers that I think are pretentious. I don't know. I think I need more experience. More experience with authors, with books, with characters to know if I find anybody pretentious. Yeah, I can't think of anybody who's pretentious. Number 11. A is for how's it going? A book you liked by a Canadian author or one you want to read. I don't know any books by a Canadian author that I want to read, and there aren't any that I can think of that I'm anticipating reading. The only book that I might be interested in reading is Haley from Haley and Bookland's book, because I know she's got a book deal, so I'm interested in reading her book. I've been following her channel for a while. Maybe even Jordan Harvey, because I follow her channel too, and I know she's writing a book. She's also Canadian, so I would definitely love to read her book as well, because I think she's writing a book. I believe she's writing a book. I might be wrong about that, but I think she's writing a book. I'm not sure, but I would read her book if she wrote one, because she does really good breakdowns and analysis, in my opinion, of the book she's read. Like, I would definitely like to read a book that she wrote. If there are any other books by Canadian authors, definitely leave those in my comments, and just like tell me about any Canadian authors, any books set in Canada, maybe even just like tell me about any books or anything. Just leave those in the comments and I will definitely check those out. Number 12. A is for anticlimactic. A book you thought fizzled out at the end. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to come back to Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens, because I felt like this fizzled out at the end. I feel like, see, that's why I thought that it was just too long. I want to say too much going on, but it was just like a little too much was written in certain chapters, and they could have been cut a little shorter. And I feel like the ending could have been a little bit more impactful. It was almost kind of like, we read all of this just to come away with this ending of like it's a big event that happens, but it just seems so not really a really big ending. It just, like, I don't know. And I think it kind of comes from, there was no real romantic, I don't know. I just didn't like the romance. I hated the character. I hated the protagonist. I hated her behavior. Like, so I just didn't like how it ended. It just ended so anticlimactic. And I still want that Deidre spin-off, a Deidre sequel, follow-up companion novel or whatever. I would love that. Like a book about like Deidre being this fly-ass drag queen with all her muscles, and her like Patra Justice from Poetic Justice braids, all cleaned up with all greased up with the edges and everything. You know what I'm saying? This is popping or whatever. And she in her little bodycon dresses with her high heel pumps and stuff, being just like black girl magic as a drag queen. Like, I just love it, and I would love to see a book about Deidre. Although I do have to question, I don't know, is Deidre like possibly a problematically written character, because she's a drag queen, but she kind of lives primarily as a woman. So is she trans, or is she a drag queen? Because a drag queen is more of an entertainer, but then it is possible for women to be drag queens, but drag queens are usually female impersonators. So it's something that came across my mind, and I had to question Deidre's character. Just, I don't know if she's meant to actually be a trans person, but she identifies as a drag queen to Nima, because Nima is only accustomed to drag queens, but she doesn't understand transness. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. At the end of the day, I do like Deidre's character more. Deidre was the only likable saving grace of that book for me. So that's what it was. And that book was anticlimactic, so, And 13. A is for all the booktubers. Tag a swag of people. So, I will definitely tag Oshale of Oshi Reads, Brittany of Melanin Eclectic, Tola of Tea Time Tea Reads, Kay of Read Love Listens, Amber Dior, Lyselle Sambury, Onyx Pages. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to them. I will tag even more people, tag them on Twitter, tag them wherever. So I am out this bitch like Fleek.